Happy Saturday. I've been out and about. I went and got me a specialty. If you're in our area on weekends, come on, Rox. Come on, Roxy, come on. You should go check out the Oasis. It's for adults. I mean, she's got a lot of cute stuff in there too. It's not just adult stuff, but she made a new apple pie drink. All about supporting local businesses, but it needs to go in the freezer because it's not quite fully slushed up yet.
A crop, you know, what, probably 18 to 20 inches off the ground.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you know, in a pickup like that, you're only lifting it maybe 10 inches off the ground. So, you know, it's a lot less handling, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
And it's just, you know, the newer one's got a longer chute. It's got a wider pickup.
I didn't bring you an impact.
No, I can't get it. I got ready.
That should last you a few days.
Washers and nuts.
I only have one washer.
Should have been two. Impact 11/16. I'll have to have the 5/8 now too. 5/8 deep well.
Alright. Today we are writing corn samples. Good morning. It's Monday here in Missouri. It's September 18th. We are doing some sampling today. We're going to send off our corn silage mix because the calves here at the house are going to need to eat something other than our Greek ration that we brought them home on for weaning. So we'll send that off. We're going to check nitrate, moisture levels, along with the feed, total feed, relative feed value, if I can come up with my words here. And then we'll send it off for our TMR ration to see what we need to add to it for protein and fat and fiber and all the fun stuff that goes with making a good feed ration. So, and then this afternoon we'll rake and bale. I think Jason might go mow some more, which will allow me to go rake and then bring the baler over, and then we have practice. So another full day. You guys gearing up for the last few weeks of the final push of the hay. I think we've got maybe 200 acres left to go, something like that. And then we'll have fourth cut alfalfa. So just trying to get done. Very blessed with the rain that we had in August. Allow us to do what we want to do. What are they? 7.5? Yeah. We have straw for sale. Our sorghum looks good out here. Just a girl and her baby. You ready? Yeah. Okay. Cows got out one day, helped trample it down just a little bit, didn't they?
I don't know if this is the correct way, but this is the way we're doing it.
That looks beautiful.
It's a lot wetter.
I think we've had more rain here, honestly. So we are sampling our corn silage for our TMR ration, so we know what our...
Here's hot. Let's go home. Oh, man. That'll be ready.
The pit. Well, we also did that pit later on, you know. It smells delicious, though. So obviously you see a lot of talk, especially on like Facebook and some of the groups, about doing your silage and covering the pit and using tarp, and we tarped one side of it and did not get the other tarp down because about the same equivalent of what we're wasting is the same as what it's tarped at. You just do you. I mean, that's all you can do when you farm. Watch and learn, but honestly what it comes down to is what works best for your operation.
That'll be good, huh?
Yeah, this has no corn in it at all. Does it? Very little. We didn't really expect our corn to really grow there at the house because it had sat there for what, 8 weeks before it ever really got any moisture. And it, you guys seen it. You guys have watched it long enough to know. And now we're kind of trying to figure out what we're going to do with it, whether we're going to chop it because we do have 3 pits available, or if we're going to bale it, or if we're going to actually cut it for corn, because we'll see what the adjuster has to say. Hey, we're back. Heading to the field. Jason's mowing. Keaton's behind me in the pickup. He's running right behind me. He's going to help me rake this morning, thankfully, so I don't have to do it quite all. This allows all 3 of us to get a job done in a little bit speedier fashion. Mondays are really handy because the kids don't have school, so we try to knock out as much as we can on Mondays when we have a little bit of extra help. We got those silage samples sent off, so once those reports come back, we'll share with you guys what we found out. This is where we did that corn silage at. I think we did, I don't know, 800 to 1,000 tons. We didn't measure it, like, we just know that we took so many acres off. We didn't anticipate our corn to be growing at home. Isn't that farming? Just when you think something's dead and not gonna happen, so you can plan around it. Just the way it is. So, but Roxy and I are headed to the field, and we'll bail until I have to shut down, depending on practice after a while. Snoozing on the job already, huh, Rox? Just like a baby. She's getting so big. I left Keaton to go start raking for me. I'm going to run Jason his lunch because he's not very far. He's literally just down the road. So I just didn't want Keaton on the road. Maybe when hay season's over, I get the pickup cleaned out. Maybe. Figure out where he's at. I back to turn around. There he is. Nothing fancy, but there's some snacks.
I'll do the pickup at somebody coming at 1.
Okay, so where do you want it? Do you want it just... Okay. All right. Okay, hopefully Keaton's got a few windrows raked for me. We did sell my Moco, so we've only been running one most of the summer. Just kind of felt like it was a good time to sell it and make some changes to our operation going forward. Pretty sure the Massey's staying. The baler's obviously staying. I need it. Desperately need it. But Jason and I are just trying to be more efficient, more time management, easy on us, and not that the John Deere tractor that we bought last year isn't up to par, but that Massey's a cat's meow, like luxury. Like the next tractor up is a Fendt. Do I need a Fendt? But with that being said, more than certain that the 5S is staying, unless something drastic changes in the next 4 or 5 weeks. There's a good chance we're probably going to sell Jason's 6145M. Just making some changes. Nothing against John Deere, just Heston, Massey Ferguson is known for their hay. That's what our niche is. That's what we're good at. So we are going to continue to kind of swap things around and maybe go a little bit more red. So hope that doesn't break some of your hearts that like seeing the green stuff. But as my cousin who works for Side Stricker reminded me, Kayla, he said, Kayla, they all break down. They all have their faults. They do. And it doesn't matter. You'll always have a dud, and then you'll have some that are like the best in the world. So we've talked to a couple people about the 1842S. If you guys have questions about that or the 1840 baler or really any of the equipment that we run, Jason and I will be glad to talk to you guys. You can reach out to us via email or find us on Facebook or Instagram and just talk to us. We're not afraid to tell you what we know, what we run, what works for us may not work for you depending on where you're at. Like the accumulator is great, but I know my friend in Kentucky, she had one and she loathed it because of the hills. Like it just didn't work for their operation. So you have to take that into consideration. Just because we all do some sort of hay doesn't mean what you're doing is better or worse than what I'm doing, and same goes. What works for us may not work for the guy down the road. We're the only people in the area that I'm aware of that has a large square baler because that's what works for us. We're not just feeding our cows. And we talked about that. Like when we made the change from being a round baler in 20 to catering more to our direct market. I mean, a lot of talks happened before we made that decision. I thought Jason was crazy, We were in the midst of having a world-known issue going on. When we did all that changing, we got a tractor and a baler and just made these different tweaks to our operation, and clearly it is working for us. We're very blessed, and I am thankful for all of you guys that help along the way. So Roxy and I are going to go jump into the tractor and go from there. looks like Keaton's got several windrows raked up for me, so that'll be good. Hopefully it doesn't take very long for it to be. It looked ready to go earlier, so I'm kind of hopeful that it will still be ready to roll. Or square it up. Perfect. Pluck out of the way. Jason said he's got somebody coming at 1 to get hay, so park it out of the way so that Keaton can keep raking. You guys ready? Will you quit? Alright, come on. You vicious thing. Let's go. Here. You're almost getting too big, but not big enough to get in the tractor yet. All by yourself. Go. Yeah, ham bone. My snack. Brought Jason lunch. Forgot myself lunch. It's a good thing I didn't granola bar. All right. One awesome feature that I do really like about this tractor is that you don't have to clutch. I don't know if you guys can see that. I am literally just pushing the joystick forward and it's bumping through the gears, which is really nice when you get into hay, for like specifically hay, because there's some places that you might have thicker windrows and you may have windrows that you can buzz right through. So being able to just, bump without having to clutch all the way through has been really nice. You don't have to change your range like the 120M or the 6145 does. Like, you really can just kind of fly through it if you want to. I greased the knotters back there, but I didn't video, sorry. I didn't think about it. Sometimes I just do things out of habit. Let's see if he'll give me some windrows off here too. Hey, when you get going, will you give me some inrows off here too? Thank you. So this is second cut, so let's be mindful of that. So our windrows are not crazy big, but good enough. And I'm in his way, but he'll wait for me. We like to run the PTO right at like 570. I know it says 540, but Jason just really likes to hum it out at 570. I have no hydraulics. Hold that.